Hello and welcome back to the Beer Dog Reviews. Just going to be a not too long a stream today because I've got to be up fairly early in the morning. Got my first beer on the go. Lovely. I am currently just enjoying a bottle of Starra Brahman because mirrored camera. Because why not? So, if you weren't aware, what I'm going to be doing today is starting the building of my 3D puzzle of the Santa Maria Christopher Columbus's ship. There it is. The instruction book. I've already opened up the pack with all the sheets of pieces in. So, as you can see, it's one of those simple slot together models. It does come with a couple of little cannons to go on, I'm guessing, towards the end. But I'll have a look and double check. Yeah, gets quite intricate towards the end. And if you can see that, probably not with light shining right on it and the shiny paper. But no, the cannons don't go on right at the end because they actually go underneath the deck. So there we go. So first thing first is to enjoy a bit of beer. Lovely. Like I say, I'm not going to be on too long. Got to be up fairly early in the morning. But let's just get to it. Oh, excuse me. So as you can see, here's the first sheet. And it is simply a case of popping out the pieces, which are all numbered, and lining up the different numbers on the diagram. Just double check. I hope they are in order. I think they are. Just trying to work out which one is. There's number one. All right. So I'll start off with the large piece. I have built these cardboard 3D puzzles before. I've put a Game of Thrones King's Landing that's about 2 foot wide or so, and a Hogwarts Castle as well, which I picked up quite cheaply. They always start off with quite intricate bits that you've just got to carefully remove from the sheet. And this one has got quite a bit just in this first piece by the looks of things. But I think, not quite freed. All the folds are normally already pressed into the piece, so so piece number one. That's the third piece I'm going to need, so I'll just put that there for a second because I will actually need this one beforehand. Just got number one written on it, and there we go. Right, so if I just pop that piece down for a second. So number one is just here, so I'm guessing we just fold her up. It's obviously going to hold those pieces into place at the same time, and then number one goes on there by the looks of things. Nice and easy. Right, so first comment in. Hello Jim, how are you? We'll see how well this goes, me building a model ship whilst I'm having a drink, but I have some confidence in my ability, maybe not an awful lot. So, like I say, second piece, here it is. Trying to work out which way round they need to go. I'm guessing the barrels are there and there. That lines up like, like so. It's interesting because I'm guessing you're not going to see a lot of the insides once it's built, but there we go. So let's have a look at the next piece. But first, ignore the noise of my phone. Just got a message there. That's gone good. Right. So I do have, as you might be able to just about see up on the shelf there, quite a few beers that I haven't reviewed yet. Now, I have started with the Staropramen, but I may well, so I'm not going to be able to get to all of those before they start to go past their best, so I might do a live review of one or two of them. We shall see. Right. Joy's in as well. Nice to see you. Okay. So far, you can tell what it's going to be just from the first few pieces, obviously. Now we've got 4A and 4B. I'm guessing that's going to start to build the bones of the ship, as it were. The only trouble is, there we go. Oh, this is one of those where not only do you have to press it out from the actual piece, but it's got cut out sections that will need pressing out as well. So let's do that one. Right, so that one's 4A, so that slots in neatly, just in there, like so. And obviously 4B on the other side. Should have really pressed that one out sooner, of course, but there we are. It's a fairly small town, but it's the county town of Somerset, but it is not really rural, but a country town, if you like. Right, next up, number 5. Like I said, I'm not going to be on for too long. This is just a little bit of occupying my evening for a bit because I know I can go out. Oh, this piece is a bit awkward to get out by the looks of things. And there we have it. So, number 5 slots in just there. And there we are. Certainly starting to take shape already, and we're moving on the first sheet of pieces. Number 6 is here. So we've got, this is another one where it's split in two. So we've got 6A and 6B. So let's pop out 6B, pop that to one side for a second. If you hear any noise under my feet, it is just the dog acting up as usual. No, Jim, usually that's Tyrion making noise under my feet. I mean, the crackling sound you'll hear now, that is pressing out the pieces. But yeah, it's usually the dog. No, not going out tonight. Unfortunately, I've got to drive to, well, I say unfortunately, I've got to drive to Oxfordshire tomorrow, so hence why it's not going to be a late one today for me. And there we go, that's that piece done. Let's just put that down for a second so I can find the next piece. Oh, another. There we go. Right, so number 7 is here. It's a 2-part piece, but both pieces are identical, so there's no A and B, just one for each side. Let's pop out the pieces once more. Looks like it's going to be a bit bigger than I thought it might. I might do in a minute is rather than pour another styrofoam, I might have a look at one of those that I haven't yet reviewed and maybe do a little live review of it, see what it's like. Still got quite a few of the Spanish ones left, a few of the Belgian ones left, and all of the Yorkshire ones left. Mine's sort of come and gone a few times, as I'm sure many have noticed. I have it fairly long most of the time, but occasionally I just get bored and think, oh, now I'm going to do something different. Right. So we need number 8 next. Got 3 13s there, I notice. And what have we here? A 12 and an 11. So number 8 must be on the next sheet. So let's have a look. I've got good old hop over beer goblin sat there, keeping an eye on things. There's number 8, and I can see number 9 ready as well. Those of you who haven't met Hoppo yet, he's just if you're of a certain age, you'll certainly remember boglins, those goblin hand puppets. Anyone that grew up in the 80s to mid 90s will certainly remember them. Picked him up on eBay actually for I think something like a tenner, so not bad, and he's in pretty good nick since he's probably almost as old as I am. There we go. So there we have the base of the ship. Looking pretty good so far. We've got the clear shape of the hull there. So just trying to remember what ones I had down there ready to go. 11, 12 and 13s. 3 13 pieces. So number 10 must be on this sheet as well. Let's have a little look. I think these sets, they are quite good fun to build. Obviously they do take quite some time. No number 10 there, so let's check the next sheet. Occasionally they move some to different sheets because sizing issues. I can't see it there either. Just double check I haven't missed it. I have 11. Now, I think the thing to do is to work out where number 10 will fit in. And that might give me some sort of idea. was 9. Oh, this is embarrassing. Bear with me 1 second. It's definitely not on that sheet. Maybe I should have had a good old look at it first, eh? Usually they're not quite so, what I'm looking for, hard to find. That's stickers for the sales there. Oh no, are they stickers? No, they're just quite loose. Right, okay. If in doubt, refer to the manual. Okay. So I have made a bit of a mistake there. I do like saisons and so on, Jim. Certain ones more than others. So I should have read the manual first. You don't start at number 1. So number 10 is actually the keel of the ship. So I've definitely made a mistake here. Not to worry. So what I need to do is locate 15 and 30 first. So let's have a look at this piece. I can always have a look at that one in a minute. But it does give you an idea of what it's starting to look like. There's 15. So we can pop him straight on out. If it will come out, of course. There we go. So there's number 15. And like I say, next up is number 30, which is actually that piece just there, luckily. So we'll pop that there. That one goes into the middle section, just there, I believe. Yep. And then the 14 pieces, which I did see on this one, slot in around that. And normally with this type of puzzle, it is very much start at number 1 and work your way up. Now teach me for being so hasty, won't it? So that slots in thusly. There we go. And then the next piece I need is number 17. Yeah, so somehow I don't think that I'll be finishing this off in one video. Do you? That one started at 11, didn't it? All right. Aha. I see. So 17 is here. That's that one. Goes. Let's take the central piece of card out the middle there. There we go. That one just slots in there, like so. Now, whatever I don't get around to finishing off today, I'll might just film a quick summary video afterwards and see and pop that up then. So numbers I'm looking for now are going to be 29 and 18. Let's see. So there's some 18s here, and I want 2 of those. And there's 29. There we are. I see. There we go. Not my usual sort of lively video, I know, but sometimes it's nice to have something a little more sedate, isn't it? So that 18 is actually a little barrel there. There we go. Just about to see that. 2 little barrels. And then that one goes right over the top there. There we are. And then we need a 22. That's going to form part of the hull of the ship. And I can already see it there. So pop them out. There we are. Just realised I say there we are quite a lot, don't I? Right. So that will slot into this piece. So as you can tell, it's got the little sticky arm bits. That push through there. So obviously, like I was saying, it's a bit more sedate than most of my lives. But occasionally it's nice to do something that's a little bit more relaxing, isn't it? So there we go, there's the hole starting to take shape there. And then it's just a T3 and T14s. Okay, so I'm not quite sure which pieces they are. That's going to require a little search through again. That's the trouble. Maybe I should have had more of a double check on all of this before I started, but I'm not much of one for preparing, obviously. So it is a case of just scanning through. Until I find the piece I'm after. Aha. So the last sheet is actually the T pieces. So what was it? Two T14s. Yeah. No, T3, T30, and T14. I believe. My eyesight's not very good, and I have left my glasses in the car. T3, T13, T14. There we go. There's T3. That there. T13 and T14. So this actually forms, let's put that up there so I know where it all is. And I can chuck the little scrap bits straight in the old box so it doesn't make a huge mess everywhere. Okay, so and there you go along the side of the hole. Aha. So I think they've actually got sticky backs to them. Let's double check. So that just sticks to the side. Now, this is where it will be a bit more difficult. I'm afraid not, Jim. I've got a Seat Ibiza. Don't think I'd be able to afford a Audi or a Mercedes on a retail wage, unfortunately. There we go. So these pieces are sort of the riveted bits which hold the ship together in a way. There we go. There we have it. You can just about make out the detailing there. Surprisingly, that's one page done. Right. So I actually need the 313s in the middle of the hole there. That will hold it all together. I put those down there, didn't I? Yep. This is why it does help to read the instructions. Not had any beer for a few minutes. I know it's not as good as a old proper Czech brewed Staropramen, but for just a standard Pilsner, it's not too bad, is it? So let's just side those out like so. If I put them in order, the numbering will stay round the right way, of course. Just need to flip it up over the other side, don't I? So after that rookie mistake, and if I'd actually looked at the keel, I would have noticed on the inside it is labelled for number 13. As always, that's me rushing ahead and not really thinking about what I was doing. Right, so that goes in like so. I did think the keel felt a little bit thin when I put it together, but there we are. Goes in like so, and that goes in like so. And that number 18 piece needs to go on first as well. Dear me. Tell you what, if I had 11, that's right. I thought it was 18, but it's not, it's number 11. That's a very good question, Jim. I've always been someone that likes the correct glass for the beer that you're drinking where possible. And I've been very fortunate that a lot of beers I've had over the years, especially ones that I've had as gifts for Christmas, birthdays, etc., have been like the gift pack ones. So you get a glass with it, and other ones, when I've ordered beers online, they've come with them as well. So I tend to pick them up anywhere I can, basically. And I am a little bit of a glassware collector, as you've probably noticed by the fact that nearly every video I do, I'm using a different glass. There we go, that's that bit done. That feels better, more secure. So the next piece is 1, 2, 3, and 8. I need to put in. There's number 1. Number 2. Anyone that's just joined me, whilst I'm enjoying a couple of nice beers this evening, I'm also attempting to build a 3D puzzle of the Santa Maria, which was one of Christopher Columbus's ships when he sailed to the New World. Not, as many people believe, to discover the New World, because that had already been discovered by the Vikings. I'm currently drinking Staropramen from my Skyrim tankard today. However, I may well move on to something a bit different. I do have a large collection of beers that I haven't yet reviewed, so I may well have a look at those as well later on. So anyway, having another look at the diagram, I need piece number 16 next. Now that I know I haven't popped out, so that's going to be one of these pieces. There we go. Now this piece, I notice it's got lots of detailing. This is obviously the top deck, or one of the decks I should say. It's not the top deck, there's some bunks in there and barrels and so on and so forth. So that piece goes, let's get it right, that way round. So that slots in there, and there's some there's a piece that I hadn't noticed on the keel. You can actually see the ballast in there. Thank you for that, Jim. It's nice to know that certainly in, is it North Carolina where you are? They've updated the histories, as it were, not updated the history. You know what I mean? Ooh, I hate to say it, things I know you in person, but that's not the thing to say on a beer tubers channel, is it? Mind you, to be honest, I don't mind 1664. It's not the best in the world. Certainly not. It's not undrinkable. Now, next piece. So here's certainly a good question. What is everyone drinking at the moment? Could do what a certain other YouTuber does, where you're from and what you're drinking, but my Welsh accent is not very good, so we won't do that. I'm sure many of you know exactly who I'm talking about there. There we go. That's looking a bit better now. Dear. So the next piece I need to do is all those half pieces. I need to refit those. So 4B. And now it makes more sense. It's certainly more rigid. There we go. 6B. There. Number 5. I think, judging by the way it's going, the model will have, by the end of it, a little cutout section here that you will see inside. Hence why they have actually put plenty of detailing on the inside. Trying to think, was it about so 1:30 over there, Jim? Might be a bit early for the beer. Might be a bit too early for tequila. So yeah, not going to judge there. Like I say, I don't actually mind a Kronenberg occasionally. It's not something I admit to very often, that's for sure. Now this dog is acting like a prat at the moment, but that is actually nothing new. There we go. That looks a bit better now, doesn't it? And you can see all the detailing in there as well. The next piece I actually need to do is going to be a bit of a sidewall. So I need a T26 and piece 28. So off we go back to the sheets. Piece 28, there we go. This is actually, oh, it's got the door actually opens, and a T piece, so we turn over, and what did I say, T28, there it is. Right, this is a very thin piece to try and get out. 20 to 3. Oh, I suppose I was only an hour off, wasn't I? Yeah, no. Like the old not before 5 rule that I used to have. Right, so this is the little door frame. Now this is where I stick it down completely crooked, and I won't be able to wedge the door open. I think that looks okay. Yeah, so I can open the door up a little bit. There we are. Simple things, simple minds. I don't know. And then a little wardrobe or something to go on there. So this is going to be 23, 2 24s, a 25, 6 and 7. Right, so we'll flip that one back over now. So 23. Now these sort of ones are usually the most fiddly bits. Tiny, tiny little pieces. Tyrion. So, 25, 26 and 27. There we go. Alright, so let's have a look at this then. So first, I need to fix the shelves to the cabinet. They just slot in like so. Have a little swig of the old beer there. Lovely. Do excuse me one moment whilst I stop the dog climbing on the sofa. Dear. Thinks he can do whatever he wants. Guessing. I see. What we do is we put one side on first, and then the top can go on. It has actually got detailing on both sides. It didn't matter what way round I did this bit. There we are. And Thomas is in. Hello, Thomas. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's fairly small, shall we say. A pain, but there we are. He will not stay so. Pick him up in a minute. Although he's not going to sit on my lap for the whole time because I won't be able to do this, will I? Where are you? There he is. Won't look at the camera, but there we go. Down you go, mate. So, here we have the cabinet fixing onto the wall. And there we have it. So I'm guessing that's maybe the captain's quarters. I can always trust Thomas to pop in the old like and share, can't I? Oh, this piece sits right in the middle there. Tyrion, get down. Tyrion. That dog, I don't know. Right, so that goes into there, like so. Just drop it on the floor, of course. These bits are always fiddly, where you've got to fit something into a pre-existing section. There we have it. Straighten everything out a bit. And there we go. There's that starting to take shape. Now if I open the door a bit more, we'll be able to, when it's built, you'll be able to actually see into the bunk room then. So that's another page done on the old book. Got 8 people in now. So for the benefit of everyone that has only just joined, whilst having a cheeky beer or two, what I'm doing is building the Santa Maria. That was rather nice. Let's pour another one, shall we? I've only got the 330ml bottles, but so it doesn't quite fill the glass. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to be on too long. Maybe, what's it now? I've been on for about 20 minutes or so, so maybe another 3/4 of an hour, maybe an hour. When it'll be time to do dinner anyway. So whilst I'm plodding along with this little puzzle, how is everyone? I hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. So now we're starting to get into the bones of the operation, as it were. 34, 20 and 21. I have drank Perry before, Jim. It's a bit living in Somerset, and you can't not drink ciders and Perrys. I'm not a massive fan, I have to say, but then I'm not a massive fan of cider. There are some ciders that I really enjoy, but I'm not going to use cider as any type of go-to, that's for sure. Next piece. I know our ciders over here are very different to what you have over in America. I would be remiss if I didn't, since I live in Somerset, say that our ciders are proper cider, but there we go. I mean, feel free to disagree. Right, just trying to work out where this piece slots in. It does go into this section here, as you can see, but it's I can't actually see where the connectors go. So let's just slot this one out for a minute, and then we'll drop that one in. Trying to work out which way round it goes as well. This is a 34, yeah. You always end up with at least one piece which is a bit harder to get in than any other. There we go, that's where that piece goes. And sure enough, yep, there is a little slot that it will fit into on that one. So these sort of bits are all a bit fiddly. Right. Oh, definitely. Anything like that, the fruit beers as opposed to ciders and so on, very refreshing, especially in the summer. It's certainly better than a pilsner for a summer drink, isn't it? Oh, Simo's in. Hello, Simo. How you doing? You going to Bloodstock this year? And Jim's just saying hello to Simo there as well. And there we have it. That's the next piece done. There's two smaller pieces that we popped out. One is a little set of I don't know, crates and so on to go in there. I say the detailing is pretty fantastic on this. Well, if I could get the pieces in anyway. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not a cider person, but I think Shane would probably shoot me if I didn't say Somerset ciders are proper ciders. There we go. I mean, I do like a rhubarb cider, I suppose. It's about as close as I get. That or something golden fizzy in the summer. So, now those barrels that we put on the top of these other piece, we need 4 of those, which will slot in that deck as well. So let's put that down again. And then there'll be another large section. So, good evening, Joey. And good evening, Brett. How are you both doing? Hope you're well. What are you drinking, if you are drinking? So, just lost one of those barrels now. Oh, I can see it. Oh, that's without my glasses on. There we go. I'm just enjoying some Star Prime at the moment. But I may well have either one of those Spanish beers or a Belgian or something a little later on. So I'm not going to be on for too long anyway. Going to be up early in the morning for a long drive. Yeah, there is that, Simo, but I mean, for me, it is my one holiday of the year, so I will go just because, well, A, I've already bought my ticket, and B, like I said, it's just a tradition for me now. When I meet a couple of my friends from the Midlands at the same time. And Not drinking today. I'll be bloody knackered tomorrow after a long drive, but there we go. Oh, dragon fruit and rose. That doesn't actually sound too bad. Oh, we had a bit of rain here in the southwest of England, but nothing major. I don't think I've had that, but if I do drink cider, it has to be a proper Somerset one. So I gave up on download a long time ago. When did I go? 2006, 2007, and I just sort of gave up on it after that. Then after that, I went to Vaken and Hellfest, which obviously is a bit more me. Right, let's just grab the next section. I need piece number 31. This is a big piece to go on next. 31. In fact, it's so big it goes across the fold. So like I say, I did download twice, Vaken 3 times, and then Hellfest. No, Vaken twice, and Hellfest I've done 3 times. Oh, what's the next ones? I need one of these. Pieces here. There's another one of those sticky ones. So I need to get it straight on to where it goes. I can see that now. I was just saying to in reply to Simo's comment, Brett, I go to Bloodstock every single year, even though the lineup's not looking the best this year. I am still going. And partly it's a tradition thing now. But partly it's catching up with my friends, like I say, the ones that live what I would call up north, but it's just the Midlands. Longbow. Do you perhaps mean Strongbow, Jim? If you do, I would say yes, it's popular because it's cheap. You wouldn't offer that to a proper cider drinker in Somerset, that's for sure. But yeah, a lot of people do drink it. Okay, see you again, Joy. Quite a few then, Brett. like I say, when did I start going to Bloodstock? 12 years ago now. So I've done 11 because there was obviously one missed out in 2020. And I've done was it Vaken twice, Hellfest 3 times, Download twice, Damnation once, Hard Rock Hell 3 times before it. I don't know what's happening to it at the moment, but whatever's going wrong at Hard Rock Hell before all of that, and Hammerfest, and I've also done the Hard Rock Hell Stoner versus Doom, which was very good, up in Sheffield. There's a couple there that I would watch. Talica, Behemoth. That's probably about it for me, to be honest with you. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Metal Days, Simo, but apart from the fact that I need to renew my passport, it is so expensive to get to European festivals these days. I mean, usually the festival itself is usually quite cheap compared to British festivals, and of course the beer is usually a lot cheaper and quite often a lot better. There we have it. That's why I stopped. I wasn't going to go to any more English festivals until I started going to download Bloodstock actually. But well, I've got a couple, Jim, for different reasons. We have finally opened last year or this year. It's only recently opened anyway. A craft beer and gin bar called Ninkasi. Open up in Taunton. That's pretty good. Not a lot there for Shane to drink because they usually have one cider on and it's not the type of cider that he would drink. But we do have the Plough. That's traditional beers and traditional ciders. That's pretty good. We do like it in there. Other than that, just wherever really. If I go out, which we don't go out a massive amount, partly the cost of things these days, and partly, well, let's not beat around the bush about it. Nobody's getting any younger, are they? There we go. That's that piece on. It's certainly starting to take shape now, isn't it? They were at Bloodstock within the last few years, and I was heading from the third stage to the second stage whilst they were on, and they're not a band that I would ordinarily listen to, but they weren't bad. So I'm hoping that wasn't just a whilst live thing, you know, like some bands that you wouldn't normally listen to are pretty good live. I would like to see Vil. Oddly, for someone that's so into black metal, I'm also a massive Him fan, so Shane wants to go to the Isle of Wight Festival. At the moment, he goes to Beautiful Days down in Ottery St Mary, which is a bit of everything there, really. Oh, lovely. Now, let's have a look and see what's next on this. Now, certainly a better idea to be doing things in the right order. So the cannons do go on now. Right, so pieces I need. Got a couple more barrels to go on. And then a few 57, 58, 59 and 60. Right, so let's pop them down and get the next section ready. Now, if you're finding this shipbuilding and me just chatting about nonsense completely boring, then do say so. I won't tell you to bugger off. Like I say, I do just like building things, really. Oh, this is an awkward bit by the looks of things. But it's mostly decoration. Yeah, definitely a fiddly bit. Oh, that sounds not quite the best gig experience there, Jim. And you, I'm sure some people could testify to the fact that a certain band that headlined Download in 2006. I won't say incited riots, that's not what, I don't mean that. But there were riots after they played, that's for sure. But I don't know if anyone remembers that one. The band in question actually was Guns N' Roses, which, let's say, they were not at their best that year. I'm sure anyone who remembers that night. That was actually the year that Metallica did Master of Puppets in full, I believe, if I'm getting my years around the right way. Yes, it must have been, because it was the the 20th anniversary of Master of Puppets. Yeah, you could say that, Brett. I remember when the riots were happening at Download, what I actually ended up doing was packing up all my stuff on the Sunday night and just sitting on my tent and sleeping bag and everything overnight. That year I actually missed Metallica because I was I'd had a few too many, shall we say. I got chatting to some people that the camped quite close to us whilst Korn were on just before Metallica. Or was already a bit drunk, let's say. And then we ended up drinking a load of, and when I say a load, I mean a ridiculous amount of cheap, nasty scotch. So that was an interesting experience. Certainly the next day, because I lost my voice. Right, we've got the last of the little barrels going on now. So there, we've just gone past an hour. I might do another 25 minutes or so. Like I say, if you are completely bored to tears, don't worry, I'm not compelling anyone to stay. I'm going to come around and hold you all at gunpoint. But this is just the first part of my ship build, and I may well just film the rest as and when. And then I'll just upload that video on its own. I remember watching Craig of Filth, and someone threw an apple, and Danny Filth was like, "An apple? Who brings an apple to Donington, you wanker?" I certainly remember people chucking the bottles at during Guns N' Roses. I remember a bit of that. Don't remember an awful lot because I left. Because they weren't that bad. And Axel saying, if you don't stop throwing things, I'll leave. Fortunately, he didn't. I don't know why Guns N' Roses were so popular when they clearly weren't the proper Guns N' Roses. No Slash, it's not going to be Guns N' Roses, is it? Oh, Jem, I do like Megadeth. Jem, 63 and 65, I need that. In fact, they're at Bloodstock this year, so that's good for me. I actually prefer Megadeth to Metallica, or certainly more modern Metallica. Some of the stuff since the late 90s hasn't been for me, shall we say. But you know, you can't like everything. Why should you? Excuse me. Let's just have a quick check. So this one goes close to the front here. And then this one goes in behind. Now the next piece to go on. Oh, that's starting to take shape now. You can see the detailing. It's actually the cannons. And here we are. Let's look at one and two little cannons there. And they slot in just either side on the deck. There we have it. That's that one all set. Right. So then it's 64. Let's find that piece. Wet the whistle. I want to try and get this deck finished before I finish up for the evening. That's 64. Actually looking at it, the next piece after I do this bit is actually building the lifeboat. That's that one. Just going to pop that down. Grab the empty box, because this has got a lot of little sections I need to pop out. Pot openers come in handy for so many things. So, even if I just put one end of each out, then I can just run my finger down the side and that will knock out the rest, of course. When I do finish up, do tell me if you want me to film the rest of the build in real time, do another live maybe, or film it all and do a sped up version just to get it all done in one go, as it were. So that piece goes onto there. You can see where the outlines of the lifeboat is on the deck there. Jim, I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat any meat. I'm a very strict vegetarian, but I can have obviously milk and eggs and cheese and so on, but I don't eat eggs because I don't like them. 37. I don't drink milk because I don't like it, and I do like cheese. I would never give up my cheese for anyone or anything. Right. Pop this next bit out. This one's going to be a bit awkward. Hello, David. Ooh. Nice to see you there. So you've just joined us, I'll just go through what I'm doing. Whilst having a chat and a couple of beers, I'm also attempting to build a 3D puzzle of the Santa Maria Christopher Columbus ship. I made a big cock up earlier where I just went in straight in number order, and that wasn't actually how this one works, even though they usually go like that. Had to put everything down, start again using the book. Loads of little bits there. There. Now we have the ladder from that deck up to this one. There we go. And there we have it so far. You can just pick up the ladder there. The little cannons. I'm guessing they're brand names, Jim, but I think they're probably American brands that we don't get over here. But yeah, I do enjoy some soy products. I was brought up vegan and then turned vegetarian. 39 to 42. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good vegetable, really, is there? Sometimes. 39, 41, 41. Anyone that's not been in that long, where you're from, what you're drinking, etc., etc. You having a good day? Or a good weekend? And now you build the lifeboat. Chuck all the rubbish bits straight in the empty box. There we go. So that's going to be a little lifeboat. So I'm loving the detailing on this piece, and I have done these 3D puzzles before, and they're not always so detailed. This is pretty good, I have to say. Just pop that bit out because that's obviously that's going to be a ladder section, I believe. Right. This is one of those awkward bits. So I'm not drinking very much today, David. So I've got to drive tomorrow, so I'm only gonna have a few whilst I do this, and maybe another one with dinner. That'll be enough for me for today. That's a little lifeboat, as you can see. And I've even got two little oars to pop in there. So we'll pop those in there. There we go. That's that page done. So this is right. Well, it looks like the next sections are pretty intricate, shall we say? loads of bits going on there. So what I might do is leave this one for a bit and enjoy my drink. But we do have, now I've worked it out now, that cut-out section is probably going to fit in here, so that you can, if you want to, you can take it off to have a look inside. That bit will, like so. You probably can't see because of my hand bringing away. So then you just, there we are. I am enjoying this one at the moment. It's a pretty good puzzle. Delicious. Now, I was thinking what I might have is, I keep thinking I should try one of these Spanish ones, see what they're like. I'm not the biggest fan of Spanish beers generally, but these are all from smaller breweries, so I'm sure they're going to be fine. And obviously I've got all those Yorkshire ones as well. I was having a look earlier and just trying to work out how many I've still got left on the review shelf. And there are 6 Belgians left to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 14, 16, 18, 20, and 21. There's 6 Belgians, 21, 27 left to review. Right. How do I? How long have I been on? So it's been an hour and 20 so far. I might do the next section. Just section B10, as it were. So I'm going to need piece 61 and sticker T28. Let's have a look. Piece 61. I think they're all completely out of order now, these bits. But aha, 61. That was surprisingly easy. Oh, this one didn't want to come out. There we go. So first off, we'll pop out these bits. If the 4 of you watching are the same 4 that have been in the whole time, and I admire your dedication to watching what is essentially someone just sticking things together. Very kind of you. So if you are bored to tears, don't worry, you don't have to stay. Anyone can think of anything else they'd like to ask me, feel free. Jim's certainly been a bit of an interviewer today. So that's that one. And then what was it? 28. Now 2 of those. So there we go. Let's pop those out. 1. Oh, that's very kind of you, Jim. As long as I'm not boring you to death, that's the main thing. So another 2 of these bits which are sticky back, so I just need to peel off the backing. And then pop those on. And of course, because my glasses are in the car, I'm trying to line it up. Not necessarily the easiest thing in the world, but there we are. I'm supposed to use my glasses whenever I'm reading and using the computer, etc., etc. I always forget, and I always end up leaving them in the car. There we go. Right, so piece number 43 is next. This is another piece of the deck pieces, and I think it's actually on the top sheet there. 43, there we go. The stern upper deck by the looks of things. Right. Again, plenty of detailing on there. There are a few bits I need to pop out. Yeah, rungs of the ladder, for instance. We'll pop those down there. Got another trapdoor section, and I'm going to need another one of those square sticky back bits. So we'll grab those. And there we are. That's that one. That's the bit I don't need, the inner section. And there's the actual piece itself. Oh, there we go. Oh, that sounds lovely, David. I know. I do love Siren. They are a fantastic brewery, aren't they? Alright, so let's pop this one on here. There we go. So that fits onto there, like so. That bastard dog. And this one will go onto here. Tyrion, settle down. Alright, let's just try and work out exactly where. There, I think. Must be, yep. And I need to line this up. Aha. Forgive me, just talking to myself a bit there, as you could probably tell. I've worked out where I've gone wrong there. That actually needs to sit inside, like so, right. What was I saying about not really needing my glasses? There we go. Dear me. Well, pretend that didn't happen, won't we? There we are. Now we've got to pop these bits into the slot, which is going to be another one of those very awkward bits. And that's there, I believe. Tell you what, this must be the most awkward bit I've had to do so far. Right, there it is. Pop this bit out. Sounds rather nice, Joey. Actually, if I had that, it'd also have to be veggie sausages and veggie bacon, but I'm cheating today. We are having ready meals for our dinner. But it's nice to have a day off of cooking, isn't it? Occasionally. Just drop the book there. Right. Now that I've popped out the holes, maybe I'll be able to see what I'm doing. There we go. Just push that right the way in. Make sure it's all lined up properly. There we go. So that section all on that. I think I've got everything lined up well. Yeah. Right. The next one. Don't think that was an important thing. Right. So I'm going to need another one of those sticky bits. So we're doing the forecastle now. Piece number 35 is the forecastle, which is this one. That's right up the prow of the ship there. And it's another one which has got one of these square bits to pop out. There we go. Pop that back up there, out of the way. Plenty to pop out on this one. Don't worry, I'm not just throwing it all the bits on the floor. I will clear up after myself. I'm not going to leave you on stream whilst I'm scrabbling around sweeping up tiny bits of cardboard. That wouldn't be very good, would it? Drop that bit out. That just popped out there. Okay. Right in there. I've taken this backing paper with it, so we can just pop that straight on. Line up properly. Yeah, so that goes straight into there. Ooh, I've lost one of my oars. Maybe if I... Oh well. I'll find that in a minute, no doubt. So let's get this into there. It's an hour and a half gone now. Did say I'd stay on for an hour and a half or so. But maybe if I just dash away in a second just to turn the oven on, ready to cook dinner. That's not into there. There we go. Right. Oh, there's the forecastle on. It's definitely taking shape now, isn't it? Look at that. Right. Pop them down for a second. Don't want my beard to get flat, do I now? Right. Oh. Do excuse me. Right. Sorry about that. I think that's made my decision for me. I'm going to end the stream now. Hope you've enjoyed what there's been. And I'm going to finish what I started just with this page, and then I'll film the rest and pop it up. Okay. Well, thanks for joining in, everyone. Have a good day.